Hey guys, it's Wonderboy. I hope you're alright. I am excited to announce you that my Unreal Engine 5 beginner course is almost done, and it will release on October 15. So the scene you see here in the background is the scene we're gonna create in this tutorial. And in today's video, I want to demonstrate you how fast you can create an Unreal Engine 5 environment. And we're gonna use the assets we create in the Unreal Engine 5 Katana Protocol course. And I feel confident that we can create a new scene in less than 30 minutes. So we're gonna pin this timer here and we're gonna see how much time we take to create the scene. I think we can really do it under 30 minutes. So let's go, guys. So I went on Pinterest to find a reference that matches our original scene that we create in the Unreal Engine 5 course. I love this Japanese style, it's very warm and welcoming. We're gonna quickly jump into Photoshop to analyze this reference before starting in Unreal. Let's go. So what I really love in this picture is how simple it is. The building is just composed of a few shapes. There is wood panels, there is a big glass window. We're gonna try to reproduce these kind of square elements. And here the white gravel is very nice too. And to finish, I like the black rocks here. So we're gonna try to represent that in Unreal. Let's go, guys. Back into Unreal, I'm gonna launch the timer and we're gonna try to create the scene in less than 30 minutes. To make it easier, I pinned the reference here in the bottom. Okay, let's go, guys. We're gonna start by making a new scene. I'm gonna use the basic one. So the lighting is already done. So let's see. We have some wood squares on the floor. We're gonna do the gravel a bit later. I'm gonna start by making the floors. So let's start by adding a simple shape here. Let's start with a cube. What the hell? Why is this cube rotated? I have no idea. Let's go back to our F10 panel. So we're gonna reset the rotation of this cube. I have no idea why it was rotated. Let's click on G to display the gizmo. We're gonna make it wide. I'm gonna reduce it on the height. Okay, this is gonna be our first wood floor here. I see there is two parts here, so I'm gonna duplicate it. And I'm gonna put it a bit in retracted. All right. I'm gonna reduce the depth of it because inside we can see this is another material, so we're gonna make another cube inside. This is gonna be just the entrance here. Let's do that. I'm gonna duplicate this to make the inside of the building. All right. I'm gonna add a third-person mannequin, so we have the exact scale of the scene, and we don't do a random height. So I'm gonna add. Where is Manny? Okay, Manny is here. Let's add Manny to the scene. Manny is 1.80 m. So let's see. Okay. Let's do the main big shapes of the building on the left here, and we're gonna do also the roof after that. So let's add another. Okay, let's duplicate this. This is gonna be the roof. I think here is fine. Let's duplicate this. This is gonna be the shape of the building on the left. Right, like this. We don't really know what's happening on the right, so let's just imagine the building is continuing, and there's gonna be a window bay here. What I want is to extend all of those, right, like this. I'm gonna put a wall in the back, so this is gonna be our back wall. All right. Let's align this to the cube. Okay. As I can see here behind the trees, the cube is a bit retracted, so let's retract it like this. I think this is way more longer. Oh, I think it is not like this. The ceiling is what is coming out, so let's extend it. Let's align it to the floor. I think we will be good like this. Okay, let's go on. I'm gonna make those wider. Let's make those those three wood floors. I'm gonna make it like this. All right. There is 3. Okay, before going on, let's create a camera so we match the exact same framing. So I'm gonna go into perspective here, create camera, cine camera actor. I'm gonna process it with this button. I'm gonna reset its angles. So let's go 0 degrees, and this one is gonna be 0 also. Let's make the same framing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a vertical format so we can straight post it on Instagram. So let's do current focal length. Oh, first let's make it vertical. So this is gonna be 16:9, but we're gonna inverse it. So let's copy this one, and it's gonna be 76, sorry. And then this one is gonna be 30:36. All right. We have a lot of sky here because the camera is actually too far, or maybe we can zoom a bit with the focal length. 7mm is really wide angle, so we're gonna try 26mm, and then we can make the camera move backwards. So let's move it like this. I think the format of this picture is 5:4, so that's why it's a bit wider and less height. It's high. So what we can do is maybe have something behind, like we're gonna put more trees, or maybe we can lower the camera so it's more aligned to the angle of it's more aligned to the eyes of our mannequin. So let's get it down, because as we can see here, 2.46 m, so that's 246 units. In Unreal is 2.46 m, so let's put it like 2 meters. Okay, we are a bit more aligned here. I want to get those shapes a bit closer to the camera, maybe like here. Okay. Let's see, what else can we do. We're gonna make the roof. So we finish the building. Okay, let's exit the camera. Actually gonna lock this camera so it doesn't move. So let's do edit. Let's do transform, lock actor movement. And then what I want to do, I'm gonna create this shape in the modeling tools, because if I duplicate those squares, block out shapes, we're gonna see there is no bevel. We're gonna see the edge are very sharp. So let's go to the modeling tools. I'm just gonna create a simple box here. I'm gonna make it like 500 wide. This is gonna be 10 centimeters height. Okay, I think it's good like this. Let's accept. I'm gonna make a bevel on this. So let's go to model, polygroup, select all the edges, and then I'm gonna do bevel. Okay, this is way too much, so we want to reduce it to okay, 1.2 centimeters gonna be good. Let's do 4 subdivisions. Okay, maybe 5. 5 will be good for round edges, and let's accept. I think the bevel needs to have the UV aligned to the other faces. So let's select this round faces, and we're gonna do UV transform, and I'm gonna select it again, and we're gonna move it like this to align it. All right, 52.5 maybe. Okay, 51.5. Okay, good. I think it will be better. Okay, the scale is different, as you can see, it doesn't align. So we need to completely redo the UV of this new box. So let's do auto UV. Okay, this looks fine, looks aligned. Let's accept it, and let's, by the way, let's save our level. So we're gonna do save current level, and we're gonna put it in a new folder called maps. And in maps, we're gonna do Japandi 001 scene. Okay, save. I'm gonna go back to selection mode. I'm gonna save this box. So this is this one, save selected. And I'm gonna move it right here. So I'm gonna get back my reference here. Okay, I just want to make a quick representation of this. So I think this thing is a bit aligned like this. So let's deactivate the rotation snapping. Okay, just gonna rotate it a bit like this. Now we're gonna go back to modeling, and I'm gonna use the X-form pattern tool. So we're gonna make a repetition quite easily. Let's try to reduce the extent. All right. Okay, maybe a bit less, so they touch each other like this. Okay, I think we can accept it. And as we can see here, we see the face of the repeating shapes. So let's just rotate this one. Okay, let's activate the snapping again. Rotation snapping. I'm gonna rotate this 180 degrees. And I'm gonna place it. So this one, I'm gonna just make it invisible. So visible, invisible. Okay, and this one is gonna be a bit rotated. Like this. Okay, let's go back to our camera so we see what we do. Okay, we don't see it here. So let's try to match our reference. I think it's way bigger, so let's make it more rotated also. Okay, we start to see it. Nice. I think it's way bigger because as you can see here, we can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's make it way bigger. Maybe like this. Okay. Let's put it around here. I think it's way higher too. So either we rotate it, either we make it bigger. So let's try like this. Okay, that's way better. All right, let's validate it like this. Okay, so there is only one piece of wood here in the ceiling. We have those windows bays now, so what we can do, I think the main block out is done. So we have 17 minutes to go. Let's save everything. We're gonna start to add some detailed meshes. So, first I want to move the shape on the of the left because we don't see it anymore here. So let's select it. I think it's okay. Let's exit the camera. This one. Let's move it around here. Let's make it smaller. Okay, I'm gonna select also this one. Let's make them smaller. All right. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the camera. I want to select the left one. It's in the camera actor, and here we go. I think it's nice here, maybe a bit less. So let's move it again. Okay, cool. Let's save. I want to either start with adding the glass panels, either the wood panels. So I recently added one object in my free architecture assets pack, which is wood panels. So we're gonna try it. Okay, let's go to Wonderboy, architecture pack, meshes, and it's called wood panel A. So let's drag and drop it in the scene. We have the rotation snapping, so it's fine. And let's try to place it. So I'm gonna exit the camera because we're a bit too far. Okay, let's make it a nice rotation. Okay, we're gonna place it here. I'm gonna try to represent this wood panel, and then here we're gonna make those glass panels. Okay, let's align it to the sides here, and I'm gonna duplicate it. I want to snap it. So let's activate the snapping grid. Okay, good. Maybe duplicate again. As I can see here, there is like 1, 2, 3, 4 panels. Let's make 4. Okay, let's put it a bit in the floor. I want to align it with the ceiling here, so let's just move it up like this. Okay, I think we can duplicate it to put it aside here. Then I want to put it in the back also like this. So let's just duplicate again, and we put it here in the back. I think the room is way less deep in the reference than here, so let's move it here. Let's move this one closer. Okay, where's Manny? Manny, where is Manny? Oh, Manny's here, so let's move it. Let's move him. Okay, he's inside now. Let's check in the camera what it does. Okay, camera. All right, I think the reference is matched pretty nicely. What I want now is add those glass panels. So let's save everything. And let's add the window. Window B is a new mesh also I added recently. Let's rotate it 90 degrees. And let's place it around here. We don't want to put it too much in the mesh because we want to keep the metal frame. So I see it's much more smaller. Let's make it bigger until it touches the roof. All right, I think like this is fine. And I'm gonna duplicate it and align it with this one. All right. Okay, looks nice. Maybe let's stick this one here. All right. Let's save everything. Now what I can do is maybe the ground floor. So let's find the asset of the ground floor that we made in the Unreal Engine 5 Katana Protocol course. So it should be generated because we use the displacement maps to create it. I think it's here, like maybe this one or this one. I don't know which one is it. Okay, this one is bigger. It looks actually weird without the material, so we need to snap the material on it. So let's go to Content, Megascan, Surfaces, and let's find the gravel ground. So this is the material. I'm gonna snap it here. Okay, it looks good. Let's actually duplicate it because I don't want to screw the other materials that I used in the course. So if we want to change something, we can just use this one. Okay, I'm gonna delete this one. I see it looks very, very small, the scale of the gravel here, so let's make it smaller. And now we can actually use again the pattern tool. So let's go to modeling, Xform, pattern, and we want to make it a line like this. Okay, let's actually can I? Okay, sorry guys, I think you didn't see because my camera was on. But we're gonna actually make it repeat in both sides. So let's do, instead of line, we're gonna do grid. So we're gonna XY. So this is repeating on XY. Now we just need to set the right spacing. So if we extend it, we're gonna see the spacing is wrong. So we need just to align this. Okay, I have 10 minutes left. How are we able to do it, guys? I don't know. We're gonna see. Okay, like this. Maybe 22 and 20 centimeters. Okay, maybe not 22. Okay, maybe 22 and 10. 22 and 5. I'm losing time, but let's have everything well aligned. 22, 19 maybe. Okay, I think okay, that's 22, 18. Let's keep it 18. Good. No, I still see a small, very small spacing, so that's 22, 17, I guess. All right, perfecto. I think it's not aligned on the same in the other direction. So let's do 22, 17. Okay, perfect. That's a square. Accept. Selection. Let's save everything. We need to hide the original. This is not this one. Original ground here. So let's make it invisible here. And check invisible. And we have our floor. It's taking a lot of resources, but it's fine. Okay, let's save everything. I'm gonna hide it for now because it makes a bit laggy, my viewport. Okay, what else? We need to add rocks and trees, so let's go into Megascan. I'm gonna try to be a bit faster, so we have 8 minutes, guys. Let's try to make it Nordic rock forest. Okay, that's gonna be our rock. I'm gonna make it dark like in the picture, so let's duplicate the material. Drag and drop. And I'm gonna do saturation 0.1. Okay, maybe 0.2. Brightness is gonna be 0.8. Okay, let's save. Let's add another rock. So Nordic forest, rock moss. This is the one. More, okay, the small one. Same, we're gonna tweak the material to make it dark. So let's desaturate it. 0.3, 0.2. Okay, let's make it darker. 0.8. Let's save. We're gonna put it in the background. Maybe we put this one in the foreground, and then this big one gonna be a bit further in the background. Right, like this. Okay, let's add the trees. So let's go into Megascan. They're actually here in European Beach. Geometry, Pivot Painter. Let's add a few trees there. I want a big one to create some blocked background here. So let's drag and drop it. By the way, guys, when Unreal is loading like this, there is a few chances that it crashes, but the most often it's still loading in the background, even if it shows 0%. Honestly, sometimes you just have to wait a bit more and it unlocks. So be patient here with me. Okay, let's pause the timer because we are losing like 3 minutes already. Stay hydrated, guys. All right, it unlocked, so let's put our trees around here. Let's go back to our timer, even if it's 3 minutes. So let's go back. Okay, I want to put this big one behind the house, so it makes a nice background. We're gonna place them later in the camera. This one can be here on the left, with this one also. This one can be here near the rock on the right. This very small, cute one can be maybe in the foreground here. Okay, let's go to our camera. I want to make this a bit bigger. Okay, let's select our tree. So this one will be a bit more far away, like this. And we don't see this one, so I'm gonna use my favorite shortcut, Control and mouse buttons. So with the right mouse button, I can just slide this even if it's not in the viewport. So this one gonna be around here. Let's move the other one. Same function, Control and right mouse. One's gonna be around here. Maybe rotate this one. Okay. I think this one is nice here. Let's move the small one. I don't think it will work in the foreground, so let's put it around here. This rock is way bigger, way too big, so let's reduce it, put it on the right. Let's move the small tree again. Okay, I think it's nice like this. Maybe we duplicate this one and add it in the background. So we don't see the foot of the tree, so let's make it just like this. Rotation. Duplicate here. Maybe one more here. And maybe one more again. Rotation. All right. This one is very, very dense. I don't really like it. Okay, let's keep it for now. Let's save everything. I think it's taking good shape. This is too big. We don't see the tree tiles, so let's reduce them. Scale is 3. I'm gonna do 1.5. 1.5, not 0.5. Okay. Where is the other one? Okay, this one is here. Let's move it like that. Let's move this one again. And the third one. No, it's this one. This one. All right. Okay, guys, I think it's time to put materials. We have 2 minutes. So let's start with the wood. Wood. Where is my wood? Let's go into materials, world aligned, and we have some ready wood here. So let's duplicate it first. And let's drag and drop it to all our wood surfaces. The floor. I think, yeah, everything is in wood, I guess, in this house. So I'm just gonna hide the window for now, so we have access behind. I'm gonna put it there. I think this wood is way too dark for our scene, so let's duplicate and we're gonna make it more clear. Maybe we're gonna use another wood. Let's go back to materials. I think there is wood in Megascan folder, surfaces. And let's go into wood veneer. Let's duplicate. And I'm gonna use this one on our mesh from my architecture pack. So let's select all of them. Let's drag and drop the wood material. I think it's way too rough. Sorry, way too shiny. So let's reduce the roughness. We're gonna do max roughness will be 1. Okay. No, minimum roughness will be 0.4 maybe. And max roughness will be 0.6. Okay, I think I want it more clear. So let's go into brightness. Let's do 1.5. All right. This one is too dark also. Let's make it more clear. I want it less reflective also. So let's tweak the roughness. Around 0.5 is good, I think. Let's increase the brightness. Okay, looks good. Let's save. Okay, this one is a bit different. Let's duplicate again. Let's make it even brighter, this one. So brightness is gonna be 2.5. Let's tweak the tiling because I can see it's okay, this was too big. Let's do 10. 10. Okay. I think I will want to see more planks, so let's go back to 5. Let's save. Let's apply it also on this side. And on the floor. Let's do the glass material now. So there is a ready metal material here in the Megascan folder, go back to surfaces, select our two surface panels, and this is the rusty painted metal sheet here, so let's use it. All right, and I want some glass, so we're gonna make it, I think. I don't think I have a transparent glass here. So let's go back to materials, simple matte. Oh, we have a glass folder, but I think it's not transparent, so let's open it. We're gonna make it transparent, so let's select. We're gonna do translucent blend mode. It's gonna be this is gonna be a volumetric surface translucency volume, so let's save. We need something in opacity, so let's do another scalar. We're gonna call it opacity, and let's plug and play up. Opacity gonna be 0.1. Apply. Okay, let's make a instance, and let's apply it to the window. All right. I want it to shine, to reflect a bit the landscape, so let's activate roughness is 0. Okay, let's do it a bit metallic, 0.5. Specular, it's fine. Save. Let's give it actually a more transparent color. So color is gonna be more like white. Okay, let's do it. I think there is nothing to reflect, so let's duplicate the trees to make a bit more reflection behind. Let's do this. Right, copy and paste. Again. This one we're gonna make it 2 in scale. And this one, this one. This is the one I wanted, so let's rotate it to vary a bit the visual, and let's make it bigger, like this. Okay, fine. Let's save. I think we can use a HDRI backdrop, so there is more reflection here. So let's, I think, add the sky atmosphere, the volumetric cloud, and the skylight for now. I'm gonna completely delete it. So now we can add here in the light HDRI backdrop. Okay, fine. We need to make it more down. Let's actually replace our floor here. We're gonna put the gravel on top. Okay, and we're gonna make the size bigger. So let's do 1000. All right, you see, in the window we already have a better reflection. And now we can change, for example, for autumn. Oh, look at this. This looks beautiful. Let's make 15,000. I think it's way too close here. Maybe we can make it blurry in our camera. Maybe those trees in the tree, we can make it autumn version. Let's duplicate the leaves. I'm gonna apply to this big tree, and I'm gonna make it yellow. So let's do seasons. It's not winter, so we want to make it more yellow. Ah, look at this. It starts to be red. That's not what we want. Oh, look at this. Starts to be yellow. Okay, I want it more bright, so let's do season brightness a bit more. It doesn't change anything for some reason. Okay, overlay. Let's make it brighter. Okay, doesn't change anything. Overlay, alpha overlay. Okay, it doesn't change. Okay, this one changes a bit, so let's make it like this, more colorful. All right. Okay, I think it's good for now. Let's try to save it. And we're gonna put our gravel again here. So let's do gravel. Ground. Okay, I don't know. It's called pattern, I think. Okay, we have our pattern back. We can make it a bit higher. And here we go, guys. The scene is almost done. We are a bit over 30 minutes. But we lost time, right? Oh, we didn't put any material on the roof tiles. So for this, I'm gonna look for new material on Quickset Bridge. Because I don't have any material in the scene that looks like this. All right, guys, we are back. This took forever to load. So let's just type for like metal sheet. I think I know a material that looks like this, which is a bit bluish and a bit minimal. Let's just try to find the right one. Ah, that's this one. Look at this. It's really like it, right? So I'm gonna choose low quality. I think 1K will be enough for this. Oh, I have to sign in again. Okay, it works. Let's click on download. Thing is downloading. 11 megabytes. Let's go. Okay, it's done. Let's click on add. Should be fast. Metal panel, we have it. Okay, let's close bridge and let's apply straight or material here. We'll exit the camera to see closer, shape it. This is way too much tiled. Let's increase it to 5. Let's make an offset so we really choose the right detail. Oh, I think it's nice like this. Look at that. So we have a variation in the repetition. So let's go back to our camera. All right, looks not bad. I want to make it darker. So let's go into albedo controls. Brightness gonna be 0.4. We can increase the contrast also. Maybe it's gonna look better. All right. Maybe the brightness, the roughness, sorry. So let's do 0. Maybe the max roughness gonna be more. Okay, look at this. Not bad. Okay, I'm gonna put it on 0.5, save. And yeah, that looks not bad. Let's keep it like this for now. I think the last thing we want to make the scene way better, because right now it looks completely flat, is to tweak the light. I still don't like too much this huge tree, but okay, we are out of time. So to tweak the light quickly, I'm gonna do Control L, and we're gonna lower our sun. So let's try to have, oh yeah, look at this, the shadows. We're gonna try to have a very, very nice shadow game. So if I look at the reference, I think the shadow comes around, probably around here. Okay, let's make it around here, because I like that it creates a shadows here in the corner that makes some really nice depth in our scene. I like the way the trees create shadows here on the wood panels also. Let's make it a bit lower. We're gonna duplicate trees so we create more shadows. So let's make it around here like this. Let's add more trees. So let's duplicate those two. Control C, Control V. I'm moving them with the Control and left and right mouse buttons. So let's make it around here. Control C, Control V again. Let's make more. Okay, I think here is nice. Control C, Control V. I want to have more shadows here. Let's try. Oh, look at this, amazing. I don't want to be in the camera, so let's move it on here. Let's move the sun a bit more, like this. Great. I think like this is really nice. All right. I think our gravel is way too bright. We don't see any shadow on it, so let's make it, yeah, 2.5 is way too bright. Let's make it 1. Let's even darken it. Let's make it 0.5. Let's save. I think our sun is way too strong. The HDRI also might be way too strong, so let's do 0.2. Okay, 0.3. Directional light is gonna be 5. Let's tweak the source angle so we get those really nice blurry tree shadows here. So let's get our source angle. Yeah, source angle is gonna be maybe around 2.5. 2.5. Okay, let's save. I want to make this a bit further away. Let's actually close it here on the sides. Like this. Let's move this work around here. I don't like how strong the light is and all the building looks a bit flat. I think our sun is not well connected because we deleted the sky atmosphere. So let's add it again. I'm gonna add the sky atmosphere again. Oh, look at this. It already pops with the sunset tones. So let's put it back here in lighting. Let's try to make it a bit less strong. So it's gonna be 2.5 maybe. I think our wood material here is also too bright. So let's select it because we increase the brightness here. 2.5 is way too low, way too high. So let's do 1.5. Save. I think our wood material here lacks of detail because we don't see anymore the planks. So let's try to tweak it. I think we can tweak the wall size. So we see the planks again. Look at this. It's already going to add a lot of details. I'm going to do a rotation on Z. So let's do 0. Okay, this is way too big. Like this, way better. Let's save. It also added all the planks here in the bottom floor. It rotated those ones, which I don't like this. So we're going to duplicate the material again and do one specifically for these floors. So let's put it here, here, and here. Let's open it. Let's make it less big. This. And let's get a rotation back to 0.25. This is not the same tint. This one is way too bright, so let's tweak the brightness. I don't want be 2. Let's do 1. And I think it's better like this. Maybe a bit of roughness. Even less brightness. All right. Maybe let's crank up the normal map. Let's save. Okay, guys, we are almost in 50 minutes. So we are way over 30 minutes. But of course, we lost 10 minutes logging into Quixel and importing the trees. So I think it's a pretty nice scene for the time we put in it. Now, to make it better, it's gonna need a lot of time because those are really small tweaks for details and materials and like reflections and keeping improving the shadows and everything. So I'm gonna just continue a bit more to really fix a few stuff I don't like, and then we're gonna call it a day. So let's open the material. I don't like the tiles, the color is way off comparing to the wood here. I'm gonna make it even darker. I'm gonna put back the roughness. Right, like this. Saturation, maybe 0.5. Contrast. Okay, it's a bit darker, I like it more. I'm gonna desaturate those ones. So I don't see any saturation node, so I'm gonna add it in my borderline material. So let's add a desaturation node here. Let's do here. Let's add a scalar parameter called desaturation. Let's do 0. And connect it. Let's apply. And let's check the new box. And here we go. That's a bit better. Okay, there is an issue with the tint because it starts to tint when it's over 1. So let's just keep it like this. I guess if we tweak the contrast, it's gonna keep the right tone. Okay, let's save. Okay, for this, these rocks looks way too bright. I'm gonna make them darker again. Yeah, like this one, 0.2 is fine. Maybe the light also is too strong. It makes them really shine. Let's reduce this one also. Save. Let's reduce the gravel again. Brightness. All right, save. I think our wood panels should really pop. So let's modify also the brightness so they detach from the other wood surfaces. Right, brightness is going to be way darker. You see, it's already way better. Let's do 0.02. I think it will be fine. Okay. Let's reduce again our directional light to 1 or to 0 dot. No, 1.5 maybe. Let's go to 2. Okay, 2 is fine. And the glass is a bit milky, so let's open it and let's try to make it a bit more transparent like this. I'm gonna do opacity is gonna be 0.02. Okay, that's way better, you see. Maybe that's too much. Gonna be 0.05. Metallic makes it a bit more dark also, very nice. We lost a bit the reflection. Let's try to get it back. Okay, like this, fine. Looks nice. And maybe if we want more reflection, we should add a panel behind us with some emissive image or like really shiny trees. But I think it's over now. We're gonna stop here. Maybe we can just duplicate this rock, put it here, like in the reference. I guess they use it as a step to enter the house, so let's make the same. Like this, looks nice. All right. I'm gonna duplicate this plant to make it a bit deep. All right, and like this, I think it's the last nice detail. Let's save everything. I think those wood panels can be a bit more in the floor, like this. Okay. I don't like too much, really, this big tree. I'm just gonna delete it, or maybe I'm gonna change it with something else. Alright, this tree looks way better, so I kind of like this one. I'm gonna reduce it a bit, like this. Make it a bit more far away. We really get those big branches there. I'm gonna duplicate it and make another one around here. Maybe copy it again, and I don't want to see that big blurry HDRI behind. I think I should have downloaded a nice one, because this one is probably like 4K. Yeah, this is too small for the background. I think we are good like this. We can now create a quick camera sequencer. Let's add a new called Japan D001. Let's make a new animation, cinematics level sequence, ls Japan D001 shot 01. Let's add the camera here. So now I just want to do a simple movement. I'm gonna duplicate this camera because I'm gonna uncheck the lock transform. And I don't want to lose the camera if we do a wrong movement in the viewport. So this one is gonna be the backup one. Backup, okay. And this one, I'm gonna unlock it. And now we can add a movement key. So let's do transform, let's add the first key. And then we're gonna add another key at the end of our sequencer here. So let's add it. And I just want to make a very simple forward traveling. So let's open location. And I guess it's the x-axis. Okay, good. Let's go until here. Let's check it. Okay, I think it's fine. I'm gonna do everything linear. So the camera doesn't start slow and doesn't stop slow. Everything is gonna be the same speed. Okay, good. That's a nice movement. I think this wood is way too bright. I'm gonna desaturate it. Alright, like this, way better. Is it the same in the background here? Oh, no, that's another one. I'm gonna desaturate it too. That's the importance, guy, of making different types of materials with different tints, different brightness. So we really keep things contrasty. Let's save. I even lowered brightness to 1. Back to the origin. Okay, this one. Brightness is gonna be 1.5. Okay, save. Alrighty. We didn't add post-process effects, guys, so our camera is ready. Let's just tweak a bit the post-process. I'm gonna duplicate this tree because I don't like the whole empty zone here in terms of composition. I'm just gonna add a few more leaves here like this. Perfect. Really amazing. Let's save. We don't have any post-process volume in our scene. So first, I want to organize everything. So let's do a folder called cameras. I'm gonna add the camera inside. Let's do a folder called building. And inside are gonna be all the meshes that are part of this. This one, cube. Okay. This one gonna be in the building. This one is the floor, so we're gonna make a ground folder. Ground. Lighting, I'm gonna add AAAs here, so it stays on top of the list. Okay. This and this gonna be inside the lighting folder. Let's get back our window. And everything else, what is this rectangle? I don't know. So everything else is trees, I guess. Let's do a tree folder. Trees. Money is gonna go into our lighting. And by the way, let's hide money. His function with us is done now. We can go back home. And let's add those rocks in the rock folder. The window is gonna be in the building. What is this? I still don't know. So I'm just gonna delete this thing. All right. And what is this? The wood panels. So let's create a folder for the wood panels. All right, let's close everything with shift and left click. Okay, good. Let's save everything. I like when everything is tidy up. And now we can add our post-process volume and do the final render. So let's do visual effect post-process volume. We're gonna put it in lighting. We're gonna simply add the really regular special effects that just makes things better without too much effort. So let's do convolution bloom with some 0.8 intensity. Let's do some, where is it? Let's do some chromatic aberration. So I'm gonna do 0.3 with a 0.2 start. I'm gonna add a, I don't think lens flare is nice here. So let's put 0 in intensity. We're gonna add some vignette effect. Oh, by the way, we're not gonna see the effects if we don't check this box, infinite extent unbound. So let's check it. And now let's go back to our settings. So vignette effect, okay, like this. I like how it makes things a bit darker. We can sharpen also. Let's do 0.2. I want some color grading, so we can add contrast. Contrasts always make everything better. So let's do 1.20. Okay, fine. I'm gonna desaturate a bit the scene, so let's do global saturation. I'm gonna do 0.8. Okay, already better. Let's just try for fun the temperature. What if we lower the temperature? Yeah, it doesn't work too good because it's autumn, so you might even crank it up a bit, 6,800. Fine. Let's save. And I think we're good. We have bloom. We have oh, let's try to add a dirt mask texture. It often works only with the sun in front, so I don't think it will work here. Oh, we need to add the dirt mask. Let's try dirt. It often works with big numbers, like 50. Let's try if it moves. Okay, nothing really moves. Fine. Okay, what else do we have? Lens flare, let's try 1. Yeah, that's useless. Let's go back to 0. Let's see the bloom. Bloom. Bloom is here. Let's do 2. 2 is way too much. Doesn't really show anyway. Let's keep it like this. And I think we are good to render. Global, okay. Maybe highlights can gain a bit of brightness. Yeah, doesn't really show, right? Film, okay, I like to activate the film thingies. Actually, the first 3 ones. Global illumination is lumen. Reflection is lumen. Quality, let's crank up to 5. Lumen is gonna be scene detail is gonna be 5. Null gather quality is gonna be 5. By the way, the scene is really small, so be careful with these settings, the final gather quality and everything. It can really fuck up your graphics card. Alright, translucency can be ray traced maybe. Okay, let's save everything. And now we can try a render, guys. So let's just open. Oh, one last thing I want is to get those, to get this HDRI more blurry. So what we can do is in our post process, no, in our camera. So let's select the camera. We're gonna make the aperture smaller. So let's do 1. And let's also do the focus. So draw the focus, the debug focus plane. Sorry for my French accent. And let's do the focus distance. Okay, I guess we have the house in focus here. Let's deactivate the plane. All right, we have the house in focus now. Let's lower the aperture. So if you want to go lower than 1.2, you need to reduce here the minimum f-stop. So let's do 0.2, which is going to be way too much, but let's try. All right, everything is blurred now. So we have the... Okay, looks nice like this, I guess. Let's do 0.5. So the first background is not... The first foreground is not too blurry. Let's activate this and let's try to render. Okay, let's save. We're going to open the movie render queue. And in the settings, I'm going to want a MP4. So it's here, h.mp4. I'm going to want 4K, so let's do this by 2. By the way, this is a landscape. We want vertical, so let's do 2016 here by 3840 here. And now, what else do we want? We want the game overrides, so it's avoid to show anything related to a game engine. And we want anti-aliasing, which is the most important settings in the movie render queue. So I'm gonna try 4x4. Let's try. Now you need to check this box, override anti-aliasing. I'm gonna save those settings. So let's save as presets, sequencer, presets, and then we're gonna do, I call it 4K vertical, and we're gonna call it 4x4 AA. Let's save, and let's accept and render, guys. Let's go. Render local. This is a really exciting time to learn Unreal, guys. So if you wanna really start now, you can check my Katana Protocol course. It's actually in big promotion until the October 15. The first module is ready. Module number 2 is actually uploading, and we're gonna finish the course really soon. So if you wanna be in the first to learn the 6 steps protocol to create amazing scenes in Unreal, this is the time, guys. Jump on it. Alright, this is the last frame. Gonna be able to check soon. Let's go to the movie render folder, and let's open our shot. I think it's really clean. I really like it. I think the blur might be too much, so I'm gonna reduce the blur in the camera. And then I think to add a bit more life, I'm gonna increase the wind, so it's gonna make the trees move a bit faster. And I'm just gonna drag and drop the dust VFX pack I created for the course. Let's close this. I'm gonna add the wind first. I think it's global, yeah, global foliage ejector. Okay. And we're gonna do wing strength, gonna be, let's do 10. Okay, 10 is too much. Let's do 4. All right, let's keep it on 4. Let's reduce the blurriness of our picture. So we're gonna do, aperture is gonna be back to 1. I think it will be fine. Maybe 1.2. Let's not go too small. Okay, let's save everything. And the last thing I wanted is to add the VFX about the dust. So let's go to Wonderboy, VFX, dust, and I'm gonna add it here. I'm gonna add just a bit more wind in this direction. Okay, I think it will look good like this. Just to create a still shot, I'm gonna do a new setting here. I'm gonna duplicate this one. I'm gonna do save as preset. I'm gonna choose the same name, so 4K vertical, but I'm gonna call it still. Okay, save. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use custom playback range 0 to 1. And I'm gonna use in anti-aliasing some warm-up so the particles can actually start to pop in the scene before the render. Let's save preset. In anti-aliasing, it's gonna be let's try 1/8 temporal. Let's deactivate the MP4 and let's add PNG sequence. Accept. Oh, and we're gonna save the preset. Accept and render local. Let's let the engine warm up. Let's check the frame. Okay, I think it looks good. We will need to detach more the background, which makes a bit of mess behind the house. But I think it's a really nice render. The particles are a bit too much. We can reduce them, or we can completely deactivate them for the still render. But for now, we're gonna stop here, guys. It was great to make the scene with you. Never forget that done is better than perfect. Check the link in description for the Unreal Engine Beginner course. Don't forget the price is very low, just for 2 weeks only. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. It was Wonderboy. Take care and never stop creating, friends. See you.